Talking back with Matt. If you're watching this live, welcome. If you're watching this on a replay segment, thanks for clicking on the play on this one. This episode today, we call it We the People. We've been talking with, we had our co-host Jay Scott on earlier, and we had the people's We the People party, which if you hadn't heard of it, it's called We the People. It's a new third party. The party chair, Levi Leatherbury, was on with us. We had a great conversation with him. We've been talking about the Epstein files, total disaster, which we called it long ago, but a lot of people are seeing that today. The Epstein files list, I guess, no longer exists. So we'll talk to you guys about that story. We covered Tucker and his interview with the Iranian president. I don't know why it's controversial, but it was for some reason. It's an important discussion that needs to be had. And we covered a little bit on Camp Mystic and the Texas flooding, which they're still finding bodies, and it's the death count is up above 100 now, with still several missing. With that, let's go to see what some of you guys' comments are. We'll start at the top here. Ed Rams, thanks for tuning in. You got in early with us. Thank you. Wrote war? Funny. Yeah, it is pretty funny. Ha ha ha. Thanks for that. This is the peace talk. Yes, Leslie, the peace prize. Yeah. If you guys missed it, we covered that actually in Real Fake News Update. Netanyahu submitted Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize. I kid you not. A murderer, genocider, psychopath, killer nominated the funder of a murderer, genocide, psychopath, killer for a peace prize. Yep, that happened. That happened. Thanks, Leslie. And all sentient beings followed up. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Please stop this. Referring to the murdering of 100 more, 75 to 100 more Palestinians murdered just last night, as Netanyahu is chowing down with Trump at his third White House visit. That also happened same night. Very, very sad. Very sad. Oh, we had some engagement on Twitter. Very cool. This is Danny Dick. Thanks for tuning in on Twitter. And the Tooth Fairy brought my kids the money under their pillow when they lost their tooth. I don't know if I had this in the correct order, but this also was in at the same time. Agreed. Part of the crew, part of the ship. Thank you for that, Danny Dick, on our Twitter feed. Very cool. Let's see what's going on YouTube. Yes. From Sander, when the elites feed America shit, you guys ask for seconds. How are you not all in the streets going nuts right now? And I believe, Sander, this is in reference to the Epstein files. They submitted a 2-page report telling the American people the list doesn't actually exist, and we needed 6 months to figure that out. Yeah, it doesn't exist. And why are we not in the streets? Why are we not going nuts right now? If this doesn't get everybody in eye out against the system, nothing will. You might have actually been referring to the Netanyahu and Trump dinner as well, nominating him as peace talks. But both are infuriating. We should be in the streets for all of this. And I don't know why people are still safe at home, not having these loud discussions, yelling at the top of their lungs. What the hell is going on? Look, another Twitter. This is great. I haven't seen too much of this on our Twitter feeds, but thank you, Peaceful Warrior, Independent. Oh, you reposted it. Well, thank you for reposting. Maybe this is where our audience is coming from. I appreciate you, Peaceful Warrior, reposting the stream on your Twitter feed. Thank you. And if you guys are seeing this on Peaceful Warrior, thank you. And you guys can follow us as well and watch the show Homeless Left twice a week. Thank you so much. Let's see what else we got. Oh, hello, Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Sherry Wise. Thanks for watching. We love you, Sherry. Sandra Clagon. Only way to get the corruption out, remove the money from politics. Yeah, that's it. And this was the main point of the third party discussion we were having with Levi, the chair of We the People Party. That's the number one platform. I like that a lot. I like that philosophy, the putting our ideologies aside, not aside. I mean, those are important. The things that we care about, that we believe in, like labor rights, like anti-war. I mean, that's the biggest one. Anti-war, free speech, empowering the worker, holding the billionaire class accountable. I mean, these are things we all should agree on, or even if we don't. The main thing is corruption in politics. You get the money out. Everyone should be on board with that. And if it's not happening, there's a reason it's not happening. There's a reason. And Levi explained that very articulately, very clearly. I would go back and watch that interview. We will be uploading that interview soon with Levi, or you can watch it on the replay here. But he explains that very well about not only how we're going to get money out of politics, get corruption from the money out of politics. He explains why it hasn't happened yet. There's a very good reason why it hasn't happened. So we have to identify why, and we have to fix that why so we can actually do it. So very cool. I'm actually really excited since having that discussion. And then Sandra, this is also about that discussion. I believe you're referring to Elon here. Oh, good. Another billionaire funding his own interest. That'll totally not be just like the other two parties. Yep. That's definitely in reference to the American Party. I agree with you 100%. Oh, I don't know this. I'll read this one, but I'm not familiar with this. Amber, thanks for tuning in, Amber, on YouTube. Saw the NTV segment on Purity Balls featuring Magic Johnson, his daughter. Yikes. She had to promise and sign a pledge not to have sex before marriage, even though her parents had sex before marriage. That's interesting. I didn't know that. They're bringing the what do you call those? These Christian values, religious values back to the table. Okay. Wishigo, thanks for tuning in. There's no helping the MAGA people who don't believe they were duped. They are as bad as the extreme vote blue, no matter who's shitlibs. Fuck the duopoly. Oh, yeah. You know what? You're 100% right, Wishigo. They're just as bad as a vote blue, no matter who's shitlibs. But I think there's less of them. I think more MAGA people are being vocal than the vote blue, no matter who's. There's so many of those people. They're just stuck in this tribe. They cannot get out. The four disastrous years with Biden wasn't enough. At least with MAGAs, it's 6 months. That's it. 6 months. We gave it a shot. We gave you the benefit of the doubt. We told you we championed your 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D chess. We ain't doing 10D chess. We ain't doing it. We're done. We were duped, and we're going to be vocal about it. But yes, the ones who will never say they're duped, that's pretty bad at this point. Those MAGAs, it's pretty bad to be doubling down on this still. Shout out to Dude Dissidents rating this stream. Hell yeah. F yeah. F to the yeah. The Dude Dissidents boys, DD boys brought their crowd over here. We love you guys. Thank you so much. You know, I couldn't even put this up last time you guys did this. Dude Dissident rated our stream. I couldn't even get the comment, let alone find it. So I guess StreamYard and Rumble are getting a little better at coordinating, because now we can see the actual raid when it happened. I guess it was exactly at 2:30 Pacific, exactly an hour ago. So if you guys are still watching, thanks. That means I guess we're keeping your attention a little bit here. If you've been on with us for an hour over from Dude Dissidents, thank you guys. Yeah, and that's to Bonzo Beans, who I think was the coordinator of that. Wishigo said, "Hey, Bonzo Beans, fellow dissidents, thank you." Yeah, and thanks for doing that. If you made that happen for us, Bonzo Beans, we really, really appreciate it. And thanks. Yes, you're saying from East Coast to West Coast. Hell yeah, we're getting you guys across the country, from New York to LA. And we're right here with you. We're right here with you. Thank you, guys. Here we go on the Iran story, Iran and Israel with the Tucker story. LOL, Iranian? No, too many Israel sleepers to fit any Iranians. Thanks for that, Stump DLL. Appreciate you tuning in. And it says, Israel gonna false flag us. Yeah, We thought we thought there might have been something over the 4th of July holiday. Thank God there wasn't, but that doesn't mean they still have their. Of course, they still have their stuff in place. They still have their sleeper cells in place. We know about the Samson option. We know about it. It exists. When is it going to be used? Hopefully never. But yeah, to follow up, Israel is losing the narrative. So they might be doing this to us pretty soon. Who knows? Thanks for that, Stump DLL. Good point, ChatterX. Hey, Tucker, tell us about the CIA Mossad MI6 sleeping cells in the Middle East. I don't think he got to that part, but yeah, thank you for pointing that out. I don't think he made it to that part in the interview. He only had him for 28 minutes, so you know he can't cover everything, right? So we'll leave that one out. But thanks for that, ChatterX. Airways, look, I'll put this up. I get it. Sleeper cells admitting to be sleeper cells, that would expose their sleeper status. So I guess you're referring to the question of, do you have sleeper cells here? I don't think it was about whether he was going to be truthful to that question. I think it's two things. One, Tucker had to ask the question. So it's not about him saying, I don't agree that it's dumb as much as it's politically important for him to ask it so he can check the box and say, I did. He did. The second thing I'll say is watch how he answers the question. And I know it's the translation is part of it, the third person in the middle that has to translate, who I believe is doing the best he can with the vocal inflection and the mimicking of the body language in the delivery the best they can. But I do believe that there's an indicator there as he's saying no, which we didn't think he was going to say yes. There's a way he answers that. And he brings up Israel. The Iran president brings up Israel and says, this is what they want you to believe. So there's a reason to ask it. It's political. It's a curiosity. How are you going to maneuver around this one? So I wouldn't say just dumb shit, but yeah, you are correct to bring this up, that this is not a cut and dry moment, because obviously you wouldn't say you're doing something bad if you're doing something bad. So yeah, we get you. Gotcha, Airways. Thank you for that comment. And we should go follows up with, our true enemy is far closer to home. 100%. 100%. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. For real. Okay. And this is another follow. I appreciate this, Stump DLL Stump DLL. We should go. You half of it in Hollywood. Yeah, half of it in Hollywood, other half in Washington, D.C. And left out my New York. I think that's what you're talking about, the New York area. But the point is, yes, the enemy is surrounded us here. You have the Hollywood enemy, you have the DC enemy, you have places where people, their job is to trick us, to control us, to manipulate us through propaganda. And I would say the rest of it is in the media all over, whatever TV device you turn on, you're going to get the propaganda told to you every day. And that's how they control us, is through that propaganda machine, which is derived in Hollywood and in DC. So those are the focal points of where the best theater comes from, where the actors are trained to do their job. The best producers. You always get the best producers when it's time to present. As we know, like just for example, we know the January 6th committee was all Hollywood produced, and they admitted it. They go, yeah, we wanted you to tune in, so we're gonna give you this late night special of this court case that we completely contrived. We have our theater people with the film backgrounds coming to play, saying, how are we going to do this with the music and the suspense and the building of the character action? And you're on the edge of your seat while you watch these court cases unfold. So yeah, that is our true enemy right here at home. Chatter actually shared a few more things. This is awesome. Always got the good quotes. Thank you for this. Our real enemies are not those living in distant lands whose names and policies we don't understand. The real enemy is a system that wages war when it's profitable. Our enemies are not 5,000 miles away. They are right here at home. That was the quote, I believe, that was being derived from Wishigo. And then this is the source of the quote from the book, I guess, The Real Terrorist Was Me, Michael Preisner. U.S. Army veteran. Thank you for that reference, ChatterX. As usual, always on point. Always on point. Yes, Bonzo Beans. Yes, we should go. Been on this channel. Yes, definitely. Seems like a good bunch. Yeah, we try to keep a good bunch here. Occasionally, we get a few people. A little. I don't want to say. I don't like to punch down and say like off the deep end or anything. But sometimes we have healthy debates in our chat. I've seen them. Sometimes they're not so healthy. When they're healthy, we like to feature them. If they don't look so healthy, we try to ignore them. But we don't ever have to really ban anyone from the channel. I think we've only done that when it clearly were people coming in psyop shit, ready to start stuff. We've never seen them before. So that's only happened like 2 or 3 times, I think, in 2 years that we've been doing this. And this is a great point. Israel has minders in our government, not the reverse. That's correct. And this is why I tend to lean towards Israel is controlling us. We're the arm for them, not the other way around. And I would just say, yeah, this is a great follow-up. We pay for everything in Israel, not the reverse. Very true. That's true. So if we're writing the check, but what does that mean? So relating to a Hollywood analogy, it really depends on the situation with an investor. So an investor can control a project, a movie, if they have all their paperwork together up front and they have it all designated for like creative control and percentage of earnings and making decisions, final decisions, and there's like an operating agreement and who has what say. If there's a vote, who's on that voting committee, who can override the director? Does director get final cut? There's so many questions, but I'll tell you this, there's not just one way this works. I've seen situations in film where an investor does not have a good deal at all and is writing the check, but the filmmakers have done this enough times. The investor might be green, as they say, green investors, or first time they might get taken advantage of. There might not be a clause for them to have any creative control or any sort of vote when there's a decision that needs to be made. And there's no clause as far as getting them a good return. I've seen really bad situations for investors where the filmmakers, they've done it enough. They know how to word it just right and have a lawyer kind of manipulate them. So they're still writing the check and the film went over budget. We need some more money. And they go, what if I want to pull out? Well, you can. Look at your clause. You actually can't pull out. So we're going to need another check. But what if I don't want it? Well, too late. You already signed that you'll do it. It's the old blank check to Netanyahu RFK approach, which is like the worst business decision ever. If you're talking about business, why would you give anybody a blank check for anything ever? Hello. That's not how investment works. That's not how, when you're footing the bill, there's always got to be conditions. There always has to be a red line. Of course, there's a red line. You effing moron, RFK, telling us no red line for Netanyahu. But that's the problem, is that it seems like it is a no red line policy, which means the investor's getting screwed. That's what's happening here. The investor is us, and we're not in charge. There you go. Again, situation case by case. In this case, investor has no power at all. And when the filmmaker arrives to sit down with the investors ask questions about where are we going? Where does this end? Is there a possible 2-state solution? The investor goes like this. Why don't you tell me, trusted genius filmmaker? You're the genius here. You're the genius that gets all of the creative control of everything. Just tell me how much to write the next check for. That's what we're seeing. That's what's going on. It's called a bad deal. And in Trump's language, the art of the deal did not work out very well here. But he can tweet out all he wants about Trump Gaza AI videos, all he wants. But Netanyahu's in charge. I agree with this, Airways. Trump has trouble setting up checkers. He can't play chess. Too short of an attention span. I think a lot of MAGAs are realizing that now. I think they're realizing it now. There is no any D chess going on. Nothing like that. Oh, hey, Zootzilla. Yo, I'm late, but free Palestine. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you for that one. Oh, I gotta throw this one up. Kov Jab was a huge. Now we're not saying this. Our viewer is saying this. Stumped DLL. Kov Jab was a huge hoax. A lie, with the government and pharma colluding for profit. What? They'd never do that. How dare you think that your own government would not put your well-being ahead of their profit margin? That's not how our country works. We have a capitalist model in which it's people. Oh, wait a minute. I got that backwards. It's profit over people. Oh, never mind. Okay. You're right on. You're right on there. Uh-oh. I guess I just didn't really understand how shit actually works. So, too late. I got 6 jabs. My bad. I should have looked at the definition of capitalism. I should have looked that up a little closer and saw the profit margin was over people's well-being and interest. Oopsie, my bad. Oh yeah, this did happen. This did happen. We really did screw Germany. You're so right about this, Stump DLL. America really screwed Germany with the oil prices. And this is for Bonzo Beans, I guess, who's in Germany. Yeah. We blew up. The US blew up your pipeline. Joe Biden admitted that he was doing, that's what we're going to do. And then we blamed Russia. We did that because we cannot have a pipeline going from Russia to Germany. We wanted to control the resources, control the oil, control the energy. It's all about energy. It's always been about energy and funneling money into the war machines, warmongers' pockets. It's always been that. Okay, last one. Oh, I didn't know this. This is a good prediction from Galloway. Thanks, Wishigo. Predicts that Ghislaine Maxwell will be released soon. Great call. Let's see if he's right. I'm leaning towards that being the next move. Why not? At this point, why the hell not? We've already gone this far. They're telling us the lists don't exist. They never did. He killed himself. You guys don't want to see child porn, do you? That's not cool. So we're just gonna shut the case. It's over. It's done. Why did you guys want to see that anyway, huh? Come on. Epstein's what a horrible person. Can we just call it a day? He's a horrible person who killed himself. His wife, she didn't really do anything wrong because there's no list, remember? So we'll let her out. He's dead. He did the deed. He killed himself. We're done here. Let's move on. That's it. Case closed. Okay. That should do it for Talking Back. Thank you guys. And we'll see you on the next one.